Mike Taylor Live is presented by Texas Cheer Liquor. And now, live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Yes. Who we punching today? Who we punching? We talking about punching. It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday, presented by the law office of Orlando Kell, the official lawyer of Thunderdome. Shout out to Orlando Kell. You can reach him at orlandokell@gmail.com. It's a cool name, Kell, K-E-L-L, but it's Orlando Kell, orlandokell@gmail.com. He is the official lawyer of this show, and he brings us People I Want to Punch Wednesday. I'm trying to keep up with this crazy-ass story that originated here and wound up in Austin. You see this mass shooting? Punch this motherfucker here that killed 6 people yesterday. Killed 2 here and 4 in Austin, and then shot 2 cops. I see this. I remember I've said to you lately that I try not to. I don't follow the news like I used to. I couldn't avoid this one. But I didn't even know this was going on until this morning when I was, just poking around. Punched the guy who decided to kill 6 people. I don't even know who he is. I don't know where he's from. So this is a wild-ass story that started off right over here off of Walsham and Eisenhower somewhere over here. And then the sumbitch winds up driving up to Austin and starts killing more people. I don't know if it was random or not. This is from KView Television in Austin. A violent day across central Texas ended with a man in custody. So they got this son of a bitch. He's facing capital murder charges in connection with multiple incidents. Investigators believe that this guy here. Now we've got it. Okay, a name just came out. This is a fluid story. This dude's name is Shane James. Shane Matthew James Jr. is responsible for a double murder in San Antonio on Tuesday, and then 4 more shootings in Austin.
Can't trust someone with 3 first names.
Well, they always, yeah, you're right about that. Although I have 3, my name is Michael Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, but I don't consider Taylor more of a first name, really. I mean, it is
3 first names.
Yeah, 3 first names.
Taylor Swift is the Time Magazine
it's
Person of the
first
Year.
Name, I guess now, but it's not a very popular first name.
Taylor Swift is the Person of the Year.
And yeah, now a shit ton of babies are going to be named
Jesus
Taylor, but girls.
Christ.
But
that's already the case.
Yeah,
I see Taylors all the time, but I know what you mean. Like, my name's Brad David Ronald.
Like this
3
this
first
fucking
name.
guy. Yes.
Yeah, Shane Matthew James is responsible for 4 shootings across the Austin area and a double murder down in San Antonio on Tuesday. In total, 6 people are dead across the 2 cities. 3 more injured, including 2 police officers. Of the injured, they don't expect anybody else to die. Police have not identified any of the victims, and it is not clear how this guy, Shane James, may have known the people that he's accused of killing. They're not even sure if it was may have been random. So here's what happened. Yesterday down here in San Antonio, according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, this started right over here, not very far from where we are now. This guy, a middle-aged man and a woman were found wedged inside a very small room in a home on the east side, according to Sheriff Salazar, who described the scene as grisly. Shot 2 people, stacked them together. That was in the morning. And then around 10:45 in the morning yesterday, the investigators all say that this son of a bitch, Shane James, then he shoots these two people in San Antonio, kills them, dumps their bodies in a little room over here in a little house, gets in the car, hauls ass up to Austin. Then when this guy, Shane James, gets up to Austin, he winds up shooting at an Austin ISD Police Department officer outside of Northeast Early College High School on Berkman Drive in Northeast Austin. God knows why he was up there. Investigators say that there was no interaction between the officer and James. James just shot the guy. This guy just walks up to a rando cop and shoots him in the leg. Cop's okay, shot in the leg, but he's going to live. Northeast Early, never heard of Northeast Early College High School. Goes on lockdown for several hours before students were released early. Classes in school have been canceled for today, but the campus will be open for students and staff who want to be there for whatever reason. And so he shoots this Austin ISD cop in the leg. Then right around noon yesterday, the Austin Police Department receives multiple calls for help to a home in South Austin. And when our officers got there, they found a man and a woman with obvious signs of trauma to their bodies. And one of the victims was pronounced dead at the scene. The other victim died at the hospital. And that is also not clear if this guy knew who these people were. This Father Mucker sounds like he went on a shooting rampage in both cities. So this is a mass shooting. It's just not the ones we're all used to where a guy shoots a bunch of people in the same room. This fucktard started killing people down here, goes up to Austin, starts shooting people at random there. And all in all, 4 people are dead. And at least this son of a bitch is in custody. I don't know how they got him in custody without killing him, as rampaging as he was. Good Lord. So according to KVUE Television, cops chased this guy. I don't know if he's from here or Austin. No idea. Don't know much about him yet. He crashed his car on 45 near FM 1826 is what happened. And Austin Interim Police Chief Robin Henderson said that officers then took James into custody and that he did not have a gun on him. I guess he got rid of the gun. While some of the responding officers were chasing this asshole, other officers then find 2 more people dead inside of another house in Austin. So all in all, he winds up killing 2 people here, kills 2 people in Austin, and then 2 more people randomly, not even close to where the first Austin shooting was. It's hard to keep up with. Good grief, man. So this asshole's in jail. He's never going to see the light of day. That's capital That's capital murder if there ever was one. That's capital punishment. If the death penalty ever were to be called upon for anybody, it'd be this ass bag here. Golly, that's a mass shooting.
Yeah, I totally missed this story. Like, that happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Started off yesterday morning at a house up here off Walsham and 35. And so he hops in his car, drives to Austin, and starts randomly killing people. God damn, man. And then when the cops find him, he wipes his car out. The cops get him, and he's gotten rid of the gun.
Usually they get rid of themselves. I'm surprised they caught him.
Or they let the cop, they keep the gun.
Death by cop.
And they shoot out with the cops. God dang, man. Punch this fucking asshole. All right, it's just a horrible story. I have no idea who the 2 victims were that he killed here. No idea who the victims were up in Austin. So it's a horrible thing, but I mean, punch the guy. How about stick a needle in this fucking asshole's arm and put him to death? He's an animal. He doesn't deserve to be alive. All right, I also need to punch myself. My heart is racing today. It is people I want to punch presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. I'm punching me, man. So here's why I'm punching me because I'm highly caffeinated. I had too much caffeine today. My heart's racing. I'm just trying to drink. I'm trying to slam water here. I kind of
get that a lot. I need to take a break on some coffee.
Yeah, dude. I should have gotten one of Nina's frou-frou drinks. Normally what I'll do is I drink regular coffee in the morning. But then a lot of times what I've been doing lately is I've been coming to your house and then jumping into that Nespresso, which does not help. It's strong.
It's pretty strong.
And so normally I'm a 2 coffee a cup a day guy, but lately I've been a 3 cup a day guy, and my heart's been racing. I'm not about to have a heart attack. I'm drinking too much caffeine. Normally what I do is I'll have 1 coffee, and then sometimes I'll go with Nina to the Starbucks or whatever, and I'll get something frou-frou because it doesn't have a lot of caffeine in it. I get one of those double grande mint mocha booger water Dolce & Gabbanas or whatever, you know.
Yeah, the Andre 3000 special.
The Andre 3000 special. And it's got sweet shit in it, so it's not all that caffeinated. But today, boy, I hit 2 straight Americanos. Bunch of espresso. Yeah, dude.
That's even stronger than Nespresso's.
Yeah. I feel like Oscar on a bender. Oh my God. Oh shit. This might be the time. It might happen this time. I'm having an Oscar de la Hoya moment over here. Oh shit. Give me heroin. It'll balance out the cocaine.
It's called cocaine.
I'll punch myself for drinking too much coffee. Who you punching today and why, LG? Anybody?
I want to punch, I believe this was my ass whip last week, but I want to punch whoever's in charge of Tanga, the person who writes our boy Jeff Garcia's paycheck.
Tanga.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Tegna.
Yeah, Tegna.
Tegna.
Whatever.
I'm going on his show tomorrow.
Yeah, punch them.
Tegna.
Whoever runs that place, punch them.
Yeah.
Because they are no longer on DirecTV. They never came to an agreement.
You lost Kins.
Yeah, I lost all, whatever. Tegna?
Tegna.
I always say Tanga for some reason. And Tegna's like a video game company. Anyway, so yeah, they're no longer on DirecTV. And I've read more into it, and they want more money from DirecTV to carry their service, which you provide for free over the air. I don't understand. They're greedy.
Can you see this? Is it possible to see that?
Yeah. What does it say?
This is the CEO of Tegna, Dave Loogie.
Oaxaca Loogie on Loogie. And punch him.
His last name is spelled Lougee Loogie. Dave Loogie.
That's gross.
That is gross. I wonder what he makes. Take a guess on his salary every year.
75 million.
Let's see. What's his name? Dave Loogie. Dave Loogie salary. Okay.
So yeah, I'm busting out my antenna to watch CBS. And guess what? Guess what? In a couple of months, I'm sure they'll work it out because the Super Bowl's on CBS.
Oh shit, that's no bueno. God, you know what that means? Fucking Romo's got the Super Bowl.
Does he really?
Jim, Jim, here's what's gonna happen here, Jim? You're sexy. Give me cocaine. I pissed my pants. I'm Tony Romo. That's what we got to deal with for the Super Bowl. David Loogie makes $7.2 million a year.
Oh yeah, I was way up.
Yeah. No, that's
still a lot.
75. Yeah. That's still a lot. God dang, that's unfortunate. Who do y'all want to punch, Thunderdome? Get your asses in here on the chat. Jump on the Twitter. Jump on the Facebooks. Whatever it is you want to tweet. Is fine, but today specifically, it's People I Want to Punch Wednesday, presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. So get your booties in here. It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday. I'm impressed with the reaction to the decision of Trey Moore to leave UTSA. I thought a lot of y'all would be mean to him. I thought a lot of y'all would jump on him and call him out a little bit. Although some of y'all have called out his statement as to why he's transferring from UTSA. Trey Moore is the best player UTSA has outside of Frank Harris. Trey Moore is the Defensive Player of the Year in the American Conference. Trey Moore has a chance to go to the NFL. He led the conference in sacks. He is one of the best linebackers in college football in the state of Texas, and he's rightfully the Defensive Player of the Year. And he announced yesterday that he's transferring from UTSA. Right before the bowl, he's leaving. Jeff has not been able to win a bowl game. Jeff never has his best players because they all quit on him before the bowls every year. That's the reason why he can't win these games. So people aren't questioning the decision by Moore to transfer, but they're calling bullshit on his tweet. Basically, it's like, dude, just say you chasing that bag. Trey Moore tweeted the following. The past 3 years at UTSA are years I will forever cherish. My time being a part of this team and culture has shaped me into who I am today. And with that being said, I have entered the transfer portal as a man of God. I pride myself on being a man of faith. I believe that when you're faced with opportunities to better yourself, you must accept the challenge. Translation, I'm going to get that money. So I have decided to bet on myself and trust in the Lord. The Lord has led me to the money. I see. I'm being an asshole. I'm sorry. Thank you to the team, coaches, staff, and all others who have been a part of my time at UTSA. I hope all can understand and respect my decision. Just once, I just want a guy to write, "Hey, I'm transferring," and then put a bunch of money sign emojis. Do that. That'd be badass. That's cool. Maybe he wants to go to a bigger program where maybe he thinks he'll enhance his draft status in a different conference. We all know he's getting paid, though, and good for the dude. That's good. That's good. But this is how it goes, and it sucks, and Traylor hates it. He deals with it constantly, and, that's part of the success. They said last week, when Jeff interviewed for the Houston job, which tells me that Jeff thought about entering the transfer portal. It was only because it might have been a better situation. And I don't have any idea if Jeff turned the job down or they decided to pass on him and he actually wanted it and they chose the guy from Tulane. Coaches have been doing this for 80 years is all I'm saying. And you have to do what's best for you. This is life. Jeff laments, we got to get more NIL money. It ain't going to happen, I don't think. I think that the UTSA NIL efforts are just about maxed out. I don't see us getting any more money. This is going to be a problem every year where we're losing our best guys if they're not seniors. Trey Moore is done. It sucks, but this is life, man, for everybody. It's not just UTSA. It's everybody. Oklahoma just lost their quarterback. The hellscape zone, Dylan Gabriel. He's leaving. The number one candidate is said to be Oregon. I thought he was going to go to Mississippi State because the only reason he wound up at Oklahoma was because Jeff Lebby was the OC. Jeff Lebby, that's the same guy who got reprimanded by the Big 12 because he let his father-in-law, Art Briles, on the field this year. But Lebby's a damn good offensive coordinator. Lebby just got the job at Mississippi State. And everybody thought that Dylan Gabriel was going to go to Mississippi State, but now everybody's saying today that it's either going to be Oregon or USC, which makes sense for a Hawaiian kid that he wants to go to the West Coast. This goes on. Ohio State's losing people. UT's losing people. People are scared that Arch Manning's going to get antsy waiting around behind Quinn Ewers, and he's going to transfer. So it's not just UTSA problems. This is what happens. It just sucks for UTSA because where UT has 3 5-star quarterbacks on its roster and they can afford to lose one or two, UTSA does not have another Trey Moore waiting in the wings. Jeff Traylor may get mad and say I'm wrong. They don't have anybody as good as Trey Moore. He's the best defender they have. But everybody has to deal with this. This is now college football. Transferring for money. It just it happens on different levels, of course. USC loses Caleb Williams, no problem. They'll just go find some money for Dylan Gabriel, bring in another All-American quarterback. It affects everybody differently, but everybody has to put up with it in their own way. College football has turned into nothing but a bunch of football mercenaries. And Trey Moore probably will always cherish his time at UTSA. And he's made friends for life with some of those guys on that team. But he ain't loyal to no logo. He's loyal to people. But he also needs money, like we all need. This is America. This is a capitalist society, and you chase money. And it's turned into college football becoming basically, these are just a bunch of football mercenaries. They don't love their schools. They might love the schools, but it's not more important. And they don't owe these schools anything, not anymore. And it's going to be this way where it's transfer city, losing dudes left and right. It's going to always be this way, but it's going to be this crazy until college football players finally start becoming paid staff members of the universities they're at. And then they're able to get some contracts. Okay, we're going to pay you to play football here at UTSA, but you have to sign a 2-year commitment. You can't get out of the contract without a lawyer, you got to pay us to leave. That's where it's going to have to get. It's getting so outrageous with everybody leaving for money and transferring where, coaches have buyouts. Players are going to have to start having buyouts. Cool, you want Trey Moore? You got to give us $500,000. Just needs to get to that already where and it's going to happen. And a lot of y'all don't like it, but we're getting to the point where it's almost to the point where, especially on the SEC and the Big 12 and the Power 5, just start putting these kids on the payroll, turn them into staff members. I know that's not why college football was created, but that's what it's become. And then make them sign contracts where they can't transfer for at least 2 years, but at least they're making money while they're in your school. Because Trey Moore's not making any money. Trey Moore, if he were making $500,000 a year to play football at UTSA, he would not be following what the Lord wants him to do. He'd be staying at UT. The Lord would want him to stay at UTSA. The Lord's told me to stay. Why even make these kids go to class? I was thinking about this morning. They already are just football mercenaries. And it's funny, I don't even want to call these teams schools anymore. It's just the Roadrunners. It's not UTSA. It's just the Longhorn. It's not the University of Texas. It's just the Crimson Tide. These little teams have become their own little businesses within the environment of a university, you know? It doesn't even make sense to even use their school. College football has turned into a semi-pro football league, pretty much. Semi-pro because a lot of these kids are getting paid. And so that they're semi-pros. Because he ain't getting paid to promote products, by the way. That's what threw me off. I thought this was going to turn into, it's just a bunch of endorsements. I got an endorsement deal with, whatever, Hardee's Hamburgers in Columbus, Ohio. So I'm going to transfer to Ohio State because Hardee's is going to pay me. Then it quickly turned into all these collectives. Guys are still making money off pimping products. Hey, I'm Mike Taylor, the official soccer club of San Antonio FC. That still goes on. But these collectives now are simply just paying guys. They're just getting paid by outside sources to go to these schools. It's a semi-pro football league. It's not college football. It is the National Semi-Pro Football League here. Zachary Franklin. He transferred, went to Ole Miss. Didn't do anything. Jeff Traylor mentioned this some weeks ago, worried about losing his current guys, and was saying maybe people will see that it didn't work out for Zachary, so maybe that'll prevent some guys from taking the money. I don't think did Zachary make a mistake? I would say no. If money is the reason you left, then it's not a mistake. It doesn't matter if you don't get to play at Ole Miss. He didn't play at all, but he got paid. So does Zachary have regrets? I doubt it. He got paid. He wasn't making no money here. If he does have regrets, he shouldn't. You took the money, man. So you should be at peace with that. I wonder how long all these NIL contributors will continue to throw out all this dumb money. At some point, these people that have put this cash up for the Zachary Franklins of the world that show up and don't do shit for the team, was it worth the money? No. Right now, it's wild ass. At some point, you have to think that the NIL money, and maybe I'm gullible here. Maybe I'm going to come back in a year or two and say I was dead wrong. At some point, though, all these sponsors and all these collectives, they're going to quit just money whipping people. It's going to become kids that are guaranteed to be stars for your team. I'm not going to give Zachary Franklin $25,000 out of my own pocket as part of a collective. He makes $100,000 to come in here and don't do jack shit. At some point, the crazy money that's being thrown around is going to start dwindling some. We are getting to the point where they're going to just start paying the guys directly from the schools. And all you San Antonians, by the way, y'all want a second pro league? A lot of you people that run out and buy season tickets to the Brahmas and the Commanders and the Falcons and the T-backs and all these other fucking football teams we've had in here. Y'all want to support them. You know what? We already have a semi-pro football team, and it's UTSA. It's the Roadrunners, although they don't make a lot of money over there, which is why they can't keep anybody. Certainly not their best players. It's a miracle they kept Frank Harris as long as they did. He got hurt, and he found some money here with that PR firm he got hired by as part of a collective. But outside of Frank and probably 2 or 3 other kids, nobody else is making any money over there. Why be all conference at UTSA and get paid nothing when I can go to Ole Miss, ride the bench all year, but I got 50 G's? I mean, most of y'all would probably take the money too. And Jeff Traylor will have to accept all this. He's going to lose his best players every year. every year, or Jeff Traylor can leave. And here's the thing: talking about putting guys on the payroll. UTSA football cannot afford to start paying football players, can they? So when I say it's almost time to start putting guys on the payroll, I'm talking about Alabama, Texas, and Ohio State. Not the American Conference schools. UTSA can barely pay its own assistant coaches, which is why Jeff loses those every year. How are they going to pay players if they can't even pay their assistants to stay? I worry that in the future, once we do start putting football players on the payroll, there's going to be programs that just wind up having to shut down because they won't have anybody worth a damn because everybody's going to be getting paid. Not long ago, LG and I turned down an opportunity to work for a network. And we said no because they didn't offer any salary. It was a commission job. You comfortable? I'm not. Are you uncomfortable?
No, not at all. No.
I'm using this as an analogy.
No, it's fine.
And that network better come up with salaries or that network's going to die. If we get to the point now where universities are paying players outright because they're basically getting paid now just through third party, but at some point that third party money is going to not be so crazy. When we get to the point where it's time for schools themselves to start paying players, the schools that don't have any salary to pay anybody, they're going to have to shut it down. Well, which is why that network's going to have to shut down. It's true. LG, and I'm not bullshitting you. LG and I recently turned down an opportunity to become a network show.
And if you have such a big name and notable name on your network, you should be paying salary.
That's correct. That's right. UTSA is not competitive when it comes to getting guys paid. It sucks. I wish it weren't the case. It's always going to be that way. And as long as Jeff Traylor's the head coach at UTSA, he's going to have to deal with that. I didn't mean to bombshell y'all. But yeah, we did turn down a network the other day.
Is that official? You gave them a decline?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told them in the future, though, to hit me up. I'm happy to be a backup.
Yeah, you don't want to burn any bridges.
No, it's not.
Fuck off.
No, it's not personal. No, they just don't have that. It's a network that just got up and running.
Yeah.
And they're not prepared financially to be able to pay hosts. I was going to have to sell for that network, and it was 100% commission. Now, they had their salespeople too, and the way it worked was anything that if they sold our show, we got 5% of the cut. If I went out and had sponsors and sold the show, then we got 95% of the cut. We'd have to give 5% to the network. I'm not going to be out there hustling my balls off to pay you 5% unless it's a bigger there's got to be some salary involved. They did not have any money to pay us.
Salary and timing's just not right.
Correct. So that does not mean in the future I won't go back to old school radio or I won't go back to a network or I won't join a network, but it's got to be worth our time, right? It's about that money. So I guess I'm saying that because I don't want to be. I'm not criticizing these kids for taking the money. Zachary Franklin, in my opinion, did not make a mistake. The grass was greener. Benjamins are green. He got paid, and it's maybe it sucks for him. He's not playing, but he took the money. So when you decide to take the money, that means that you put the money priority over everything, including getting to play. And so you should be happy. I don't. And by the way, Zachary Franklin, I've not heard him comment one way or the other. People just assume it was a mistake. People use Zachary Franklin as an example of how it doesn't always work out. Bullshit. Them checks cashed. It worked out great. All right, let's get into the Bagtastic Voyage Challenge, shall we? It is 10:28. It is time for a 2023 Bagtastic Voyage Challenge report of 2K23. Congratulations are in order here for the number 8 seed who knocks off the number 1 overall seed yesterday in blowout fashion. Ted Cruz's past Pat McAfee, the noted longtime Texas state senator, congressman, I should say, Ted Cruz, destroyed the number 1 overall seed Pat McAfee 73-27. Maybe this is Raphael's year. You know, he's gone to the Final Four. He's gone to the Final Four 3 times over the years, and he's never gotten out of the Final Four. He just advanced to the Final Four today.
Yeah, I think Cancun Cruz needs to win it.
looking at the bracket, I think he may do it this year. Fingers are crossed. And he has destroyed both of his opponents so far. So he slaughtered McAfee 73-27. In the first round, he obliterated Mavericks guard Kyrie Irving 70-30. So it is Ted Cruz who advances to the Final Four. And he will play the winner of today's other Elite Eight matchup, and the poll has already been posted. We have the 11 seed versus the 13 seed. The 11 seed is the former YouTube star turned boxing and wrestling and grappling superstar Jake Paul. Paul will take on the Florida governor, Ron White Boots DeSantis. God, DeSantis is such a dick. He drinks penis noir. I'm proud of it. I'm sticking with it.
I just can't get over the stories about how he eats.
That's who runs for political office, because that's the only people who can win have to be mega rich and crazy, weird, narcissistic. Both sides, by the way. I'm not pay me nothing. And by the way, I don't come up with these. Y'all did. So it's DeSantis versus Jake Paul. Who's a bigger douche? I think DeSantis probably is.
Yeah, I'll give it to old elevator.
I think
boots.
DeSantis thinks more of himself than Jake Paul does.
Yeah, probably so.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Jake's riding a wave, man. I got mad respect for Jake Paul, by the way. That has nothing to do with his personality. Just to take up fighting, he kicks a lot of people's ass.
He's changed the game a little bit.
Totally.
I mean,
he has changed
He's opened the door for anybody to become a boxer.
He has changed the fight game and how we view it. Really has. All right. A lot of y'all responded yesterday to my Pat McAfee takes because I defended Pat McAfee yesterday. I think Pat McAfee is kind of a cool guy. Is he a douche? Sure. But I think he's got some... But you can be a cool D-bag, no question. And it takes big old balls to go on national television every day with a tank top on, which is douchey, but, I mean, he does it.
You think he has a wardrobe budget for those tank tops?
I was thinking about that. Does he have a sponsor? Does
I guarantee you he does.
Hanes or Jerseys sponsor his tank tops? Are they custom made, flown in? They're all silk with a $10 tank top on and a $50,000 Submariner Rolex
Sinclair
watch
is
on.
Giving their anchors budget for wardrobe. McAfee's got a budget.
Oh, yeah. He wears a suit on game day. He looks good on game day. He looks ridiculous on his daily show. But hey, man, scoreboard Pat McAfee. Anyway, so that's it. Y'all vote today. It's on Twitter. It's been posted. Jake Paul versus Ron DeSantis. All right, this show brought to you in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. Our boys over there, I love them hard, as evidenced by...
Yo, when I need beer, I go to Texas Cheer. But I don't always drink beer. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a little liquor. Still go to Texas Cheer. Sometimes, though, I'm in the mood for champagne or maybe a little bit of wine, and I still go to Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of Thunderdome. Texas Cheer Liquor. They got 9 locations all over San Antonio, Texas, so no matter where you live in the city, there's going to be one near you. Thunderdome's liquor store is Texas Cheer Liquor.
Ah, yes. You boys got 9 locations to choose from, so it does not matter where you are in the city. There's going to be one near you. It's Texas Cheer Liquor. I can scarcely think of a better thing to get somebody, maybe your old man, your brother, a dude in your life. Doesn't have to be a dude. It could be a woman. But buy people booze in the holidays. Or you get invited to parties a lot this time of the year. Run by Texas Cheer, scoop up what you need, and take it to the party and be the cool guy who brought the cool whiskey or the tequila or whatever it might be.
Or show up with a shit ton of to-go margaritas.
That's correct. I do have margaritas up there. And how people ask, how do you get away with that? Well, the way we do it is you give them the slush with all the fixings they want. Maybe we got different flavors, and they can put chamoy in there and shit, Mexican candy. And you get the slush. You get the little shooters to go with it on the side. You do it yourself. I'm not allowed to pour the booze in the cup for them. I just give them the cup, pop the lid on, and hand it to them. And then give them the 2 little shooters, and whatever they do when they leave the door is up to them.
The good old loophole.
Mm-hmm. And you can also upgrade too. I'm glad you mentioned the margaritas. So you get the tequila we serve the margaritas with is called Margaritaville. That just comes free.
Is that Jimmy's?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's gotta be. He's gotta have a trademark on that.
I'm assuming it's Jimmy's. The great late Jimmy. Ah, the great Jimmy. That's my dude. Fine dolphin. If you want to upgrade to Patron or Don Julio, you can.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah. You can go to Don or you can go to that Patron if you want to. All right, what's up, George Renteria? Member for 5 months, Tier 1. Spurs need a win tonight. Hey, George, I don't know who they play next, but they ain't winning tonight, Holmes. I appreciate you and love you hard for being a member. Spurs finna get their ass toe out tonight.
Echo, who do the Spurs play next?
Minnesota.
The Timberwolves and Spurs are facing off this evening at 6:30 p.m.
Who do they play after that?
T-Wolves.
No, they play the T-Wolves tonight.
Oh, that's what I meant, tonight.
Yeah, who they play after that?
When do they play next after that? What's the date?
I don't know, dude. I'll just look it up myself. She's
I got to figure out what to ask her.
She can't see. This is where the robots fail. She can tell you who they play tonight. But you don't know how to word it to where she can tell you who they play after tonight. They play Minnesota tonight, and they're going to get their asses kicked.
Echo, who do the Spurs play this week?
The Timberwolves and Spurs are facing off this evening at 6:30 p.m.
Nope, she don't got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robot loophole. There you go. That's right. Robots can't do it all. Mm-hmm. What the hell is that accent? Australian?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Alexa, tell me about the Mike Taylor radio show.
That's the wrong device.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the other room.
Yeah, because you said the wrong name.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
each device has a different name.
Who's this chicken here?
This is Echo.
Oh, that's Echo.
Yeah.
Alexa, shut up. Echo, do you know about Mike Taylor Live?
From TuneIn.com, the Mike Taylor Morning Show broadcasts live from the 99.1 Mike FM, KZAH FM, control room weekly.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
Yeah. What the hell is she talking about? See?
Something in Kerrville.
We just found out right now why the robots can't run the whole world. They can help us.
You know what
but
else
they
we
can't
just
run.
found out?
What's that?
There's another Mike Taylor in
Yeah,
Kerrville.
what the fuck is that? Surely not.
That's what she just said.
I hope he's not stealing my thunder up there.
Maybe we got to get him on the air.
Hang on, Mike.
Remember we talked about having a bit where we would get all the Mike Taylors we could find and then try to interview them at some point?
And I'm working on a list.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a Division III basketball coach, I think. There's a paleontologist from England.
Yeah. There's the cricket and rugby play-by-play guy from England.
There is the Kansas City Royal, Michael Taylor,
There is the gangsta rapper, Michael Taylor.
There's a Michael Taylor rapper?
Yeah, he was
shit.
if you type in Mike Taylor, he's the number. He used to be the number one hit, but you are now.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm the number one Mike Taylor on Spotify?
On YouTube.
What's up, motherfuckers?
I've got a lot better at this YouTube.
PJ's in here. They play the Bulls on Friday. See, they may have a chance to beat the Bulls. The Bulls are shitty. The Spurs are the worst team in the NBA, and it's not even close. But they might be able to beat the Bulls. The Bulls are shitty. The Timberwolves are going to hang 135 points on San Antonio tonight. We have the worst defense in the history of the franchise. It's going to be a terrible, terrible display. But thank you for telling me it's the Bulls. It is Los Bulls. Los Bulls. Charlie, unzip your damn jacket. What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
I think Charlie's on the wrong show. Unzip my jacket. I shouldn't
have no idea. I'm trying to.
I shouldn't even have read that. Hugo, morning, fellas. Just got out of a meeting late, but always trying to be here. Thank you, Hugo. But the cool part is, once these shows are done, they're out there in perpetuity. Ruben, if an athlete takes NIL money, they should not get a scholarship or should have to pay back any scholarship money if they transfer for NIL money. They would never do that, Ruben. That you might be right in principle, but no school's going to do that because then he won't transfer to your school. He'll go to the school that will honor the scholarship. There's no regulation on NIL. That is the problem. There's no regulation. There are no rules. And I don't see how there's going to be any rules. I mean, it was supposed to be kids can get paid for a name, image, likeness. That's what NIL stands for, which means endorsing products, showing up at Texas Cheer Liquor and getting paid $300 to pimp booze. But it turned into something completely not that. It is a collective of money that rich people pool together to pay kids. They're not endorsing anything. They are simply getting paid to play football at these schools. That's all they're doing. All right, it's Red Kettle season, and I forgot to mention this yesterday. So you boys make sure that if you want any topic you want, get your money into the kettle today. You can go to the Salvation Army San Antonio website, go to the Parade of Kettles, and find the 3 Cents Podcast Kettle. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be on location. Me and Coletto and Ernie Zuniga, all three of us will be on the south side. Let me get the right address here. Let's see, I think Ernie sent it to me yesterday. Okay, cool. We're going to be at the Walmart on Southeast Military tomorrow from 12:30 to 2:30, ringing the bell, collecting money for the 3 Cents Kettle. LG, you want to come out?
That's a little out of my comfort zone.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's the wrong zip code. Your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's like 45 minutes from here.
Oh,
man.
because it's far. Yeah, no,
I can drive to freaking San Marcos.
I know.
Quicker.
Well, fuck San Marcos. This is still San Antonio, at least. We're going to be on the south side, bitches.
San Antonio.
Maybe I'll make a day of it and go to like that badass. Nina took me to some amazing pulga, a flea market a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
It's one of those indoor ones, and you walk in there, and there's literally old people dancing to Tejano music. There's a karaoke bar in there.
Yeah. Is it like the Eisenhower one?
I guess.
Oh, you never been to that one?
No, God, no. It's full of like...
It's classic.
It's a bunch of clothes that you'd see like cartel members wearing in there. It's a fun scene. You can get a haircut. You can get food. You can dance.
I feel like we spent a lot more time in these places in the 80s.
The indoor flea
90s.
market?
Yeah, all of the flea markets.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah. So I went in there. Maybe I'll go in there tomorrow since I got to go to the south side and get some Christmas shopping done. 12:30 to 2:30 tomorrow, I will be at the Walmart on Southeast Military. It will be out front ringing the bell, so you boys come by and put some money into the red.
Yeah, and we got 3 cents koozies we're giving away too, and other merch.
Correct.
As well, right?
Yeah. We do have. We have koozies. I got T-shirts. I got all kind of shit I'm going to give away. They have
hats. We got hats.
I got hats. I don't wear baseball hats much, and Gletto gave me a bunch, so I'm just going to give him a bunch. I'm going to give them away. So it's Red Kettle season. The kettle will be on display at La Cantera Mall Saturday from noon to 4. But we're going to be on the south side tomorrow, Thursday, 12:30 to 2:30 at the Walmart Southeast Military. You boys come down there and see us. I still get people want to know how Grandma Becky's doing, because a lot of y'all know that the reason why I want to give back, or not maybe just give back, but help the Salvation Army raise money with this little outlet that I have. Apparently, I'm the number one looked at Mike Taylor on YouTube, so that's good. Is because of the childhood I had. I vowed that I would help if I could one day, or at least use my outlet if I had one, and that's why I do it. And we had a guy put money into the kettle this week, and he wanted my mom to come on the show. And I had to politely decline that and tell him to come up with something else. Grandma Becky will not be making any appearances on the show. Not right now. She's in poor health. She's been in poor health most of the year. And I'm not saying she's on her deathbed, but it would not be wise to have her on these days. I would feel like I'm exploiting her. Not that we didn't in the past. We kind of did exploit my mother in the past, putting her on.
Well, calling her live on the air without telling her a few times
was technically illegal.
Yeah.
No, but Grandma Becky is who motivates. So here's what motivated me. That I made a vow in 1985 when I was 10 years old, or 11. That at some point I would help give back to shelters like the Salvation Army or the Kendall County Women's Shelter or the Bexar County Women's Shelter, because I spent Christmas 1985 in the Nueces County Women's Shelter in Corpus Christi, Texas. Grandma Becky finally had enough. My stepdad Ernest's last stand was right around this time, maybe late November, early December, 85 in Corpus Christi, 1985. He choked her and then punched her in the forehead. And that was enough. And I was too little to do anything about it at that time. Had I been a little bigger, I'd have kicked that motherfucker's ass. But she'd finally had enough. He leaves. She calls the police. They recommend we go to the women's shelter. We thought we'd be there for about 2 days. We wound up in that sumbitch for 3 months. I was in the women's shelter throughout the holidays. I think it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And finally, my grandmother, Katie, was able to get down to Corpus Christi, help us move and get our asses out of there. And I never had to live with Ernest again. And I was so impressed and so thankful to the Nueces County Women's Shelter. And honestly, as an 11-year-old, I say this all the time, I had a good time. The reasons we were there were not good, but the experience I had was great because they went out of their way to make it comfortable, especially for little kids. It was great. It had central heat and air, got to eat. I had all this Christmas, all these people that donated Christmas money and shit. It was one of the best Christmases I ever had. Certainly one of the most memorable Christmases I ever had as a kid was at the Nueces County Women's Shelter because they made it so fun for the kids. Which is why I made a vow, when I get older, I'm going to help. Because then I found out, oh, wait, these people, their money is all donated. These shelters and the Salvation Army shelter, they're nonprofits. I didn't know what that was as a little kid. But as I got older, I realized, holy hell, all that's public gifts. So I made a vow that when I get older, I would help places like the Salvation Army. So that's it. That's me trying to grab at your heartstrings here. Come see us tomorrow from 12:30 to 2:30. We'll be at the Walmart on Southeast Military. All right. I think I creeped out Cleto and Ernie yesterday. We were doing one of our podcast 3 cents. And they were all getting gung-ho about Christmas. I shouldn't even have gone down this road. Leto's talking about putting up his Christmas lights, and I busted out with, I don't really care about Christmas.
Yeah, you went all Ebenezer Scrooge.
And they're at Pika Pika, what's orale? Pika Pika, that's it, Pika Pika.
Oh, that's the name of the pulga?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought they were doing like Pikachu things.
There's an old man. There's an old man in the parking lot who'll wash your car for you, and he has like this buggy.
Does he do it with a newspaper?
No, he's got legit products. But the funny part is he's got like this big, huge buggy you see in HEB, but it's tricked up. He's turned it into a car. Get it? And he's out there washing cars. He's pushing a little cart car.
It looks like a car.
So it looks like his cart looks like a car. And it's got all the cleaning products on it, and he washes your car. Anyway.
For some reason, popped in my head that he like put a motor on it and was like driving it. Like
No. Yeah. I don't hate Christmas. It just does not. It's not magical to me. And Ernie's like, well, what holidays do you like? I'm like, not really any of them. I am not a holiday person. I didn't mean for that to be the case. I don't know if it's just wear and tear of life.
You know what we should do?
I'm just not a holiday person.
Since you're such a Scrooge about stuff.
Yeah.
We should put together like a Thunderdome holiday party.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck that.
Yeah, we'll team up with one of our bars.
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
No? Then we'll roll you out there, all Scrooge.
Ah, jeez. Fuck everybody.
We'll show you what Christmas spirit is all about.
Dude, I don't have any. So it's not that I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm going to Hawaii for 4 days to have Christmas with my twins.
What's that Christmas Hawaii song? How's it go?
Malikilikimaka.
Oh, yeah.
Malikilikimaka. That reminds me of...
Is that Sinatra? Who is that?
I want to say it's Dean Martin.
Dean Martin, yeah.
That reminds me of Christmas Vacation.
Just watched it the other day. Love that movie.
The scene where he's imagining having the pool.
Oh, yeah. Instead, he gets the gift that keeps on giving.
The Jelly of the Month Club.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the week after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, me and Nina and a lot of the kids were going to go hang out in Galveston for a few days at a house. So we're going to do stuff. I'm about organic feeling.
Do you put up a tree?
We do. We have a little tree.
Well, I don't do that.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. I have I need to put it up. It's just a little 3-footer, maybe a 2.5, 3-footer. No big deal. I just want it to be organic. I hate forced anything. I want it to be genuine. And the holidays can be so stressful for people because people feel all this obligation. Like, I have to go see my parents. I have to get my brother something. I have to send Christmas cards. Well, no, you don't. You ain't got to do shit. Why are you obligated? There is no obligation. Christmas is, if you're a Christian, it is about celebrating the birth of Christ, right? I don't know where Santa Claus, and I got to spend $10,000 and go into debt because I've got lots of family, and I've got to travel 4,000 miles to Chicago to see my uncle, or I'm an asshole. If you want to do that, wonderful. But if you feel obligated, oh God, Christmas is so stressful. If you're stressed by Christmas, you should get out of the Christmas business. Only you can prevent a forest fire. Only you can de-stress your holidays. I just don't get into it. I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me an asshole. I don't give a shit. All right, it's People I Want to Punch, presented by Orlando Kell. Orlando Kell, baby, the official lawyer of Thunderdome. They focus exclusively on family law. They advocate for things that matter, like you, your family, your future. They provide family law in San Antonio and the surrounding communities. They specialize in family law, divorce, custody, visitation, enforcements and modifications, father's rights. What I mean by that is these guys focus on pops. Not that they won't take a woman on, but they focus on dads. And even guys who've already been divorced. Maybe you want to change your decree, change your visitation, swap some stuff, prevent your ex-wife from doing stupid shit. Whatever it might be, Orlando Kell is the guy you should call. He is the official lawyer of Thunderdome, the law office of Orlando Kell. All right, now the punches are starting to roll in here. I just needed to be negative for a little while. This is can't read that one. Can't read that one. That's borderline racist. Okay, here we go. El Coyote. Punch every kid that mails in the fall school year already. Fighting, vape pens, disrespect. We need to bring back corporal punishment in schools. Okay.
Sounds like we've got a teacher up in the house right now, huh? Is that a teacher?
He doesn't say. He's wanting to beat them. I know that. He wants corporal punishment back. Jim's in here. Want to punch my favorite FM radio station for softer rock going all Christmas 24/7 the entire month of December. Yeah, but Jim, you know what that station is going to be for the entire month of December? The highest rated station in the market. Not even close. That's why they do it. I don't give a shit about Christmas.
Q.
It is that Q. Omar, punch every member of the NCAA football committee, an undefeated Power 5 team being left out of the playoffs. Well, I mean, you know me, I don't think Texas ought to be in it. I don't think Florida State should be in it either. I disagrees with him. Not only do I don't think Florida State should have been in, I don't think Texas should be in. A lot of y'all got pissed. I still think that Georgia is one of the best 4 teams in the country. Well, they had their playoff game. No, they didn't. That was not a playoff game. That was a conference championship game. Alabama should have beat Texas. That was 2 months ago, and things have changed. And I don't want to go through that route again. Mike's sitting here, punch everybody at Florida State bitching. Sorry y'all didn't make it to the playoffs, but now it's done. It's over. Move on. Yes, they got screwed, but it's over with. Oh, that shit ain't over. Ron DeSantis, speaking of him, he is asking the state of Florida to set aside $1 million on the state's budget for the upcoming year to sue the College Football Playoff Committee for not putting the Seminoles in. Oh, that's not going to do any good. The game's in a month. This thing, if this lawsuit goes to court, it won't be for 6, 7 more, 8 months. DeSantis is just he's playing a political card to win favor with Seminoles. John Trevino's in here. Punch CEO of TxDOT, Mark Williams, who just got eliminated from the playoffs from the Bagtastic tournament this week. TxDOT is such an asswhip. How are you going to repave a whole ass mile of 2 lanes on I-35 during the busiest part of the morning? Isn't that what the overnight crew is for? Hey, man. when I'm at the liquor store, I cannot go home the way I'm supposed to go home. For about a month and a half now, I have to take a long way around to get home because they shut down the part of 1604 every night that I need to use. Ricky Spanish is in here. Punched my boss at work for the Secret Santa bid. The office said that the limit's $25 and no gift cards. How in the hell am I supposed to get you a decent gift for $25? Well, that's a white elephant gift, Ricky.
Punch anyone who participates or organizes their employees to do that crap. It's bullshit.
Okay.
Seriously, why am I going to buy my boss who makes like 12 times my salary something?
Well, that's why they do it. That's why
I know they put a
on
limit on it, but even still, what if I'm poor as hell?
This guy Ricky's being a douche. He's like, oh, you shouldn't have a cap on there. What are you going to go buy somebody a Mercedes? There has to be a cap.
Yeah,
because then you get people pissed and jealous because they got something expensive and somebody else got.
You shouldn't
got a piece
do
of
it
shit.
in the first place because you don't know people's circumstances at home.
Right. I don't.
Because then you feel bad if you don't participate and everyone shuns you. Oh, he didn't participate. Blah blah blah.
Right. I don't disagree with that at all. All right. That's it. Mikey on the north side's in here. Wait, you turned down a network job? Seriously? Yes, dude. I shouldn't even have brought. It was just an analogy trying to compare it to college football.
Dude,
Again,
honestly, I totally forgot about it until you mentioned it.
Right.
Honestly.
I mean, because we made the right decision. They did not have a salary to offer us. And we would have to have changed the entire complexion of our show because it's a national network that's trying to become a national brand, which meant that my show would have to turn into a national show, which I'm not opposed to doing, but I got to get paid if I'm going to do it. If I'm going to go Trey Moore and take the money, there ain't no money to go get. I'm happy to switch. Like, I don't know. I mean, I thought about that too. Like, if I ever had a chance to do a network show, would I still do a local one on the side? I think I would. Because I don't want to. This is because I just like doing the San Antonio version of me, you know? It's all I've known for 15, 16 years. God, it's been 16 years I've been doing shows in this town. October of 2007. We passed the 16-year mark last month. Anyhow, yeah, we turned it down because they didn't have a salary. So off we go. We keep trucking the way we're trucking, doing this little show here. That's it. We're done. Love everybody hard. Thank you to Orlando Kell, the official law office of our show. Thank you to Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of our show. Thank you to DJ LG. Thank you to Thunderdome. Tomorrow is Thursday, Fart Drop Thursday. We'll do it all over again. Also, so tomorrow's the 10 a.m. Taylor Show. 1 o'clock tomorrow is 3 Cents Podcast.
Possibly.
Come see us tomorrow at Walmart, 12:30 to 2:30. Love y'all hard. See you in here mañana.
Come back, you puppy!
Mike Taylor Live is presented by Texas Cheer Liquor.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
This is a Bronx-bound 6 local train. The next stop is